Hello there. This video is meant for the British entertainment media, television shows like The Right Stuff, ITV This Morning, and other shows on different networks. I am appealing to you all. I'm appealing to you all because for some time now, for 2 years, I have had a mission. My mission is to save the television show Eastenders from itself, from what the BBC have been doing to it for over a decade. The mediocrity has to stop. But I'm not just a fan, an upset fan. I'm someone who has a vision for Eastenders. I'm a man who has created a concept, and it basically revolves around the Walford crime war. Now, in this Walford crime war, Chrissy Watts, who killed Dennis Watts, has been in jail. And while she's been in jail, she's been building a crime syndicate. She's been taking over most of the organised crime in Walford. So now she's pretty much running most of it. Now what she doesn't know is, and she soon finds out, that a guy called Aaron Wilmot Brown starts taking over other crime gangs in the square. So it's very quickly, very obvious that they are both the dominant forces within organised crime in Walford. Now, of course, Chris is in jail, but because of her influence, because of how influential she is, because of all the organised crime she's involved with, she manages to force the local councillor to get her released. She then comes to Albert Square, where waiting for her is Aaron Wilmot Brown and his armed thugs. She's got armed thugs as well. They all start shooting at each other. Lots of regulars get injured and killed. And without realising it, while Phil's not looking, Chrissy purposely stabs Phil in the spine to cripple him. She doesn't want to kill him. And the new era of EastEnders begins. The whole show, the whole of Walford has become a Gotham City kind of place. Corrupt, downbeat, just full of this organised crime. Everyone's scared. People don't know if they're safe or not. And that would be the new format of my EastEnders, with the soapy stories being the backdrop. I believe in this concept. I think it would work. Very different to what you saw now, what you're seeing now. Very different to what Tony Holland and Julia Smith and Corinne Hollingworth devised for the show. But I think it's time for soaps to evolve. Now, at least with Coronation Street, Hollyoaks and Emmerdale, there's a direction, there's character development. But EastEnders is in a very sorry state. And I'm not going to go talking about Dominic Treadwell-Collins or this one or that one. I've done that. I've spoken about many showrunners the show's had that's run the show into the ground. Now, in the end, you have to decide and think to yourself, well, this is a BBC situation, because we've had 3 or 4 showrunners in the past decade that are kind of doing similar jobs. Why is that? Because they're trying to aim EastEnders at the juvenile audience, the younger audience. Now, that's not what EastEnders was created for. And that's what I'm talking about. Saving EastEnders from itself. Saving it from the BBC. Now, I want to have an interview with lots of different members of the entertainment media in the UK and just talk. I don't want any money. I'm not looking for fame, glory or fortune. All I care about is saving EastEnders. You don't have to pay me. I don't want to be paid. It's not that I don't need the money, but that's not why I'm doing this. And I want to be clean. The whole focus is to save this show. All I care about is saving EastEnders. That's it. And there's several ways I can do that. I can put pressure on EastEnders, on the BBC publicly. But the problem is, I don't have a lot of light on me. I've got just over 1,000 followers on Twitter, about over 100 friends on Facebook. I've started a page called I Want to Run EastEnders. It's got 10 likes on it. I need the light shining on me. I want people to see that I'm serious about this. There are options. There are other options as well. I want to garner support from motion picture companies like Warner Brothers and talk to them about talking to the BBC about taking it off their hands and them paying for it. Because I believe My concept is so strong, so good that Eastenders potentially could become one of the biggest shows in the world, as big as Sherlock, as big as Game of Thrones. There's no reason this concept I've got will change everything. Now, you're going to ask me, but why? If you're not happy with the way it is now, why not take it back to what it was? We've all tried that. We've all thought about that. This is time to move forward. All soaps need to evolve, because soaps are so important, they're so iconic to the British culture. But they need to evolve, they need to become more than what they are. Now that doesn't mean they can't be soaps anymore. The soap aspect can be there as a backdrop or some aspect of the concept. But we can't carry on, tugging people's chains for the next 5, 10, 15 years. We need to make this show for the people who we're supposed to make things for, and that is the audience. I'm the audience, but I am contacted on Twitter and Facebook all the time by people who are not happy. And I'm not contacted by this volume of Coronation Street fans or Emmerdale fans or Hollyoaks fans. They're reasonably satisfied with the product they're getting from those shows. But EastEnders has been a problem, and you in the media know it. But you don't seem to have the guts to talk about it. So someone out there has got the guts to interview me so I can say what needs to be said, so the BBC can hear it, the fans can hear it, so we can do something about this. The attitude is this, that an EastEnders fan that follows me had a conversation with Dominic Treadwell-Collins, the showrunner, and asked him, why can't the show go back to the original format? And Mr. Collins, unfortunately, was criticising the lad's spelling. Now, that's the situation. That's the attitude at the BBC. It's in my DNA. I've been watching soaps, dramas and movies all my life. It's in me. Now, I'm not a professional writer. I'm not a professional director. I'm not certainly pretending to be that. But I know what works and what doesn't. I just do. It's as simple as that. Because a lot of things that I think actually happen to shows actually happen. When things are not working, you can tell. Because it is embedded in me, the creative thing. I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Storytelling is the most beautiful thing. Even done basically like I do it on doing little bits of fiction online and stuff like that. It's still beautiful. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to have actors doing it for you. It's just beautiful to create a story and to create characters. But when an element of the BBC is making wonderful dramas like Holby and Casualty, Oliver Kent, such a talented man, the executive producer, he's running both shows. And up to me, Oliver Kent would have a godfather role over EastEnders while having a series producer plotting the stories and so on and so forth. I think Oliver Kent has become very important to BBC drama. I don't think he's going anywhere from Holby and Casualty. I mean, God forbid, because he's so important to those shows now. So I'm appealing to you, the entertainment media in the UK, the right stuff, ITV This Morning. I know ITV This Morning has a vested interest because you've got Sharon Marshall there, and she writes for current EastEnders, and I know that might be a problem for you. But I'd actually like a discussion in front of Sharon, because there's a lot of things to be said about her involvement in EastEnders as well. That's something else that I've been shouting from the rooftops for many years now. So I want to start a conversation about saving this show, a serious intellectual conversation. And a lot of people who follow me agree with me and are actually begging me to stay on this. Are telling me, please Mick, don't give this up. We want you to try and save this show. We know the odds are long, that you've probably got no chance. And I admit that. So I'm asking you, the UK entertainment media, to show some bottle, front up, and let me talk to you. I'm not asking you to say that EastEnders is no good. It's not been made properly. Let me do that. Let me take the flak. I don't mind. I can take the flak. I care about the show so deeply. And I care about Tony Holland and Julia Smith's legacy. And unfortunately, that legacy is being dismantled and destroyed and being diluted. That can't carry on. And I won't allow it to carry on. I'm just some little insignificant guy. I'm not a big deal. I'm not some famous producer standing on my mountain saying, oh, well, you can't please everyone. Is that the attitude? Is that why people get in this industry, so they can literally stick two fingers at us, the public? If I was running EastEnders, I'd want to have a discussion with the fans so I could know what they wanted. If they didn't like something, I'd want them to tell me. So if I saw a legitimate complaint, I could actually do something about it. And when they like something, I could keep that going. The people are the customers. The people pay for the BBC and pay for EastEnders. They have every right to have a product that they enjoy. Thank you very much. Please get back to me. My email address is mikeminus95@gmail.com. See ya.